Welcome to the UMBC Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Steve Levy. And for our fans of the Coach's Corner of past years, you'll notice a little bit of a different look to our set with the cooperation of our Media and Communication Studies program and the wonderful students that are in studio and upstairs. We're bringing you all of our inaugural productions this year right here from the studio on the UMBC campus. It's my pleasure for our first show to be joined by head women's soccer coach Leslie Ray. And Leslie, welcome in a new season for UMBC. But let's talk about last year and what just a special and spectacular year it was for UMBC women's soccer in general here at UMBC. But you know, I know you've had a long time to reflect, and you're already well into season, this season. But when you think back about memories from last year, what comes uppermost to your mind?
It was a fantastic year, and I think it took this long for us to reflect on it and say what a wonderful and special year it was. And going through this season and now kind of the turns and things that are happening this season, we look back and you know what, that happened last year as well. But no, last year was special, and it was special for so many reasons. One, because it was the first, and we had so many firsts. And the players and the team really came together, and we had injuries that we got through, and really toward the end of the second half of that season, going into the conference, we just hit stride, and it seemed that we made things happen at the right time.
And obviously, for those that don't know, UMBC winning the America East Conference Championship, going to their first ever NCAA tournament. But one also issue I wanted to get into is the culture at UMBC and how we almost saw a revitalization of culture and how soccer was such a big part of that. You saw obviously the enthusiasm for both men's and women's programs at both championships games. I mean, what did that mean to you? Not only, for your soccer program, but what you saw happening to the campus in general.
Right, and to hear the students come in and my players to come in and tell me how proud they were to walk around campus really made us feel good. And I think it was always our intent to come in when I got here initially to change the culture of UMBC women's soccer that we've underachieved for a long time, for several years. And, thought we were doing that the first year, and then really everything, I feel like the players bought into what we were saying, really worked hard through the summer months going into the fall season. And once we got one win, they just started to believe. And how proud they were for players to be on the team going from a no-win season to now to be America East champions was really, really special for them.
Just fantastic. As you look, Leslie, as people are seeing this show, we're probably right about at the midpoint of the 2014 season. Take us through, your first month or so. You've gotten off to a very solid start. What are some of the high points you can mention from the 2014 season?
Well, we had a spectacular start. We had players come in. We have 10 freshmen added to the team. Pretty much all the returners from last year's team except for a goalkeeper who was very critical in the success of the program. But, having that addition of 10 freshmen, it's really a whole new team from what we had. And so very happy with the start that we had against two local rivals with Navy and Loyola. And continued that success midway through, or into the season a little bit. And we just need to keep doing the things that we're doing right, and really make sure that we're doing those things consistently and with accuracy. And we're getting more people into our lineup than we have before, which is really nice. We're getting freshmen a lot of playing time and allowing them to grow. And then we have a solid base of senior leadership that we're really happy about right now.
Leslie, so many young girls are playing soccer right now, and when you come out to the games, you'll see a lot of fathers and daughters and whole families come out to games, and I think it's important that, and students as well, when they're watching the game, pick out a couple of players for me that they can really kind of identify, pick out, and why they're doing so well. What about player X, player Z makes them a special player and somebody that can play successfully at the Division I level?
Yeah, and what's so fantastic about that is that there's players to watch, and you talk about little girls coming to watch us play. I live in this community. I live in Catonsville, and so I have some of my players babysit in the community.
Oh, wow.
And so we have girls and boys coming back to watch their babysitter, and some of those players to watch. I mean, are the seniors, the three seniors in the middle of the field. It's Jessie Brown, JB, who is consistently shown what a solid Division I player she is. Paige Preston is solid for us in the midfield, as well as Lily Wright, and all have worked hard this summer. Morgan Taylor has been a right back for the last 4 years, and so all of them have a lot of experience, and you can see that experience, and you can see their leadership now coming through, and you can see when times get tough that they are picking the team up. And so if you're going to watch our seniors.
Leslie, finally, again, as we air this show, probably just about entering America East Conference play. Talk about some of the teams that are coming into UMBC, some of the tougher opponents that you expect to see this year, and just how tough in general the America East Conference is for women's soccer.
It is, and there is no real powerhouse now. Where it's from top to bottom. It could be anybody's. I mean, we're like, okay, every year we want to be in that top 6. We want to make a run for the championship, and to have a high seed. But at this point, games are won and lost by 1-goal games, and you never know which side you're going to be on. I mean, sometimes you're lucky and you don't have possession a lot of the times, and you get a good goal, and sometimes you're on the other side of that. So it's really just important to have solid games in leading up to conference to prepare us for some really tough games. And so once we get to conference, that we're solid in our lineup, and that we can kind of make that push and be on the other side of those 1-goal games.
Well, Leslie, thanks so much for joining us today, and certainly best of luck as you enter conference play and hopefully can defend that America East Conference championship.
You got it.
Once again, catch the women's soccer team in action in October at Retriever Soccer Park. There should be some great action in the month of October against America East Conference opponents. And please join us next time for the UMBC Coaches Corner.